Hello and welcome back. I'm Odi, your operatic Italian tutor. Today we're going to be analysing another beautiful aria. You must have heard this before. It's Amarilli mia bella by Giulio Caccini, a beautiful, beautiful Baroque song that is definitely worth analysing, particularly because it's not as straightforward as it actually seems. So, let's begin. As always, context is incredibly important, so let's read. This is one of the best-known Italian songs of the late 16th and early 17th centuries. You will almost certainly encounter it early in your studies. The melody is calm and graceful, and the language is surprisingly dramatic. You speak to a woman and try to persuade her that your love is sincere. The woman in this case is Amarilli. You say that she can believe you because your heart itself confirmed your truthfulness. The style is intimate, direct, and typical of early Italian monody. Now, let's read it in Italian, slowly first, and then we'll see the translation. So, Amarilli, mia bella, non credi, o del mio cor dolce desio, d'esser tu l'amor mio? Credilo pur, e se timor t'assale, dubitar non ti vale. Aprite il petto e vedrete scritto in core Amarilli è il mio amore. Firstly, I just like to say that the text here is very beautiful. It really is one of the all-time classics for a reason. So let's go read and let's see what's going on. So Amarilli, which is a female name. Amarilli, my beautiful, do you not believe, oh, of my heart's sweet desire, of being you the love mine? Believe it indeed, and if fear seizes you, to doubt does not help you. Open the breast, my breast, and you will see written in heart, my heart, Amarilli is my love. Now, you might be wondering, this sounds a bit strange. The word order is all messed up, and indeed it is. And this is something that any singer has to get used to, for the very simple reason that opera texts and song texts and libretti in general, they don't strictly adhere to word order, not because they can't or they didn't want to, but simply because it's a much more poetic and florid language. And oftentimes it's very difficult to decode and decipher where the subject is, what it's referring to, where the verb is. It's a little bit of a mess. So let's have a look here. So firstly, let's look at the grammar itself, and then let's move on to the vocabulary. So, Amarilli, mia bella. Amarilli, my beautiful. Non credi, do you not believe, and then big parenthesis, o del mio cor dolce desio, d'esser tu l'amor mio? So, do you not believe that you are my love? That is what this phrase says. So essentially it's, do you not believe, o non credi, do you not believe, d'esser tu l'amor mio? So you go from this to this. And this here, let's use a different color, is a big parenthesis. So, don't you believe, my beloved, don't you believe, oh beautiful Amarilli, that you are my one true love? That's the point here. But as you can see, and this is still relatively understandable, but you have a parenthesis, and this parenthetical language and these additions happen very often, and you should be able, firstly, to understand that, parenthesis, and two, you should know where the phrase is going. Because if you don't know, let's just pretend. Non credi o del mio cor, dolce desio, d'esser tu l'amor mio, or non credi o del mio, cor dolce desio d'esser tu l'amor mio. If you don't understand what you're saying, you'd have no clue where the phrase boundaries lie and where the phrase begins, where it ends, and what the point is. So how you would read this is non credi, o del mio cor dolce desio, d'esser tu l'amor mio. So the point here is, don't you understand? Don't you believe? Can't you feel it? Oh, beautiful Amarilli, that you are my one true love. That's the point here. And then you say, don't you believe it? Well, you should believe it. Credilo pur. So, believe it indeed. Credilo pur, e se ti morta sale, dubitar non ti vale. So, believe it indeed. And if fear seizes you, to doubt does not help you. What do we mean here? We'll discuss this very soon, but to doubt does not help you. Let's fix the phrase a little bit. So, don't you believe that you're my true love? Well, you should. You should believe that. And if this causes a feeling of fear, then you shouldn't have any doubts about it. Because, as we'll see right now, you shouldn't fear, because when you aprite il petto, or actually, aprite il petto, this is an imperative, so you're telling her, aprite il petto, open my breast, e vedrete scritto in core, and you shall see written in my heart. So open my breast, that's how Italian works. You wouldn't say aprite il mio petto, aprite. Actually, you could say it, but in this case it wouldn't quite work. So open my breast, and you will see written in my heart, that Amarilli è il mio amore. Amarilli is my love. So you can already see that even from a very simple aria, song rather. How long is this? It's very short. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 phrases in the way I've divided them here, right? It's very little, yet there's quite a lot going on here. So now let's go have a look at the vocabulary and grammar notes. So, desio sounds a bit strange. Well, it means, firstly, desire. It's the poetic and much shorter form of desiderio. So, desio, desiderio. You can understand why one would choose that form, because it's shorter and it just fits into the music much more easily. Desser, it would be di essere, but then you write it desser. So, if we go back, non credi, don't you believe, d'esser tu, of being you. So don't you believe that you are my love? Pur. So the entire word here is pure, but it's truncated. So it means indeed, truly. Credilo pure. Truly believe it. Believe it. That's what that means. Tassale. So, se timor tassale. Assalire, in this case, is assault, literally. In this case, it also means seizes you. So if you're overwhelmed and if you're attacked by fear, you shouldn't be. Vale. Vale is the third person of valere, which literally means value. Or something has a certain value, or is something that is worth something. However, and this is of course much older Italian, as we've said multiple times, so dubitar non ti vale, literally, to doubt does not worth you. You can understand that doesn't make much sense. What it actually means is there's no point in you doubting. So valere, which means worth. And again, valere, value in Greek, in English, the root is exactly the same. Core. You'll get used to this eventually. It's one of the 3, essentially, if not 4, ways of writing cuore. It's just hot. Core. It's the poetic form of cuore. That's it. Now, some pronunciation notes. Not much is going on here, thankfully. So, Amarilli, Amarilli. When you see two L's in Italian, one next to each other, sorry, one next to two L's in a row, I'm sorry, it's a long sound. L. So it's not Amarilli, no. Amarilli, Amarilli. I've said this before, but they're called geminates in phonetics. These geminates, these long consonants, are very good because they allow you to position the sound, your voice, very nicely. You can you just can't. That's why Italian is so beautiful, because it's all in the front of the mouth. So Amarilli, l, it's here, right? Amarilli, pronounce it well. It helps you when you sing. That's why I insist. You make your singing better. You become a better singer by working on things which have nothing to do with music at all. Same concept. Bella, bella, l. Also note here that it's an open e. It's not bella, 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 bella. Of course, I'm exaggerating, but when you sing, you exaggerate as well. Dolce. So, in dizione, this would be dolce, but probably you're going to say dolce, dolce, open. Now, when we've said this before, when you have C, followed by a front vowel, so e, you get ch. So dolce, dolce, ch. Not dulce or dulce, no, dolce. Desio. It's not desio, no. Desio, z. Fugge. Fugge is a double G. When it's followed by, you guessed it, when it's followed by a front vowel, you get j. So fugge, and it's also long. So that's very important there. And thankfully, there's very little left. Oh, I've just noticed fugge should not be here. Yes, never mind. Forget fugge, but it's a good lesson anyway. So when you have a front vowel, which is where you first have two G's, or one G for that matter, followed by a front vowel, it's j. So let's read it one more time, slowly, carefully, with meaning and understanding of what we say. Amarilli, mia bella, non credi, oh, del mio cor dolce desio, d'esser tu l'amor mio? Credilo pur, e se ti morta sale, dubitar non ti vale. Aprite il petto e vedrete scritto in core, Amarilli è il mio amore. I've said this before. Read your recitativo, read your libretto, read everything first, as if it were poetry. Because guess what? It is. It makes it much easier when you actually feel what you're supposed to say, and you get a sense of the rhythm and the flow as well. So this is Amarilli, beautiful, and it's a very characteristic melody, beautifully written by Caccini, relatively early period, and this is the analysis for today. This video is part of a short series on analysing 10 songs and arias found in my booklet, which you can find below as a starter guide for learning operatic Italian. However, that's not enough. You see, this is very useful indeed, but if you want to up your game, and if you want to study Italian seriously, so you can sing with meaning and impeccable pronunciation, check out my website, links down below. I offer one-to-one lessons in which we focus on exactly what you need. There's no cookie-cutter method. We have to evaluate your experience with Italian, what your needs are, and what you actually want to achieve. So if you're interested, check down below, and see you next time.